Hey, welcome once again to Rockin Comics. I'm Zach.
I'm Amy.
Today, big day for us on Rockin Comics. Big day for us on Rockin Comics.
I wasn't cracking up when we started. It was pretty big.
That is a big day. That is a big day. And then it just happens to also be the day that we have Flashpoint number 5 and Justice League number 1. So let's get to it. We, of course, will have an Amy's Awesome and kind of an Archives, but not really, and kind of a secondary Amy's Awesome through my eyes. But we'll get to that.
It's just stuff.
But it's awesome. So.
Flashpoint number 5.
Flashpoint number 5. We talk about it a lot in the podcast at rockincomics.com for those of you just watching on YouTube, but I wanted so bad to love this book. And I like the book, but I don't love it.
It's kind of like a bomb was going off, and it goes pow! And there's a little piece of paper that says bang. That's it. I feel like that's... You were expecting this big explosion, and you get piece of paper says bang.
We've talked before about how covers say a lot about what's inside, and on this one it says, it all changes here. But if you read through this, at the end, you don't know that.
Nothing changes.
Well, okay, what changes? Batman has cool new gloves and armor. And I'm sorry if I'm spoiling this for you, he cries.
Sad tears. Emo tears.
That's it.
Man. That's it. That's what's different. Oh, and I think Flash has a slightly different costume.
He does have a slightly different costume.
Yeah, that's about it.
Up until that point, I really like what happened. I like the appearance of Superman. I like how that goes down. I like the twist that Jeff Johns put in about what causes all this. What's causing all this? We find out. And I like that twist. Don't get me wrong, Jeff Johns, because I know you're an avid watcher. But...
Making notes.
Yes.
What Zach and Amy didn't like.
Exactly. She's off the Facebook friends list.
I already unfriended him anyway.
That's true, you did. But for this to tell me that it all changes here, and then this show me nothing that changed, I'm a little... That really left me wanting, and I'm disappointed in that.
Yeah.
I thought there would be a little more aha moment from Barry Allen, and there wasn't, and that's disappointing. And we go into a lot more detail.
In the podcast, in the doodly-doo.
Yep, it's either in the doodly-doo, or over there, or just at rockincomics.com.
Okay.
So look it up. We agree that we think Flashpoint should get the Rockin Comics series, but not Rockin Comic of the Week.
Not the Rockin Comic this week.
The other new the other new book from DC, of course, is Justice League number 1, which I really liked. A lot of people we talked about online didn't.
Didn't like it. I don't get it. I liked it.
Jeff Johns does a great job of writing Hal Jordan and Bruce Wayne in this.
Yes.
I like his characterization of Batman in it. We talk, once again, a lot about it in the podcast. My disappointment is, I wanted to see this, and we don't.
Where is that?
Where's Cyborg, for God's sakes?
He's a teenager. He's got all his parts.
we think. So, while I thought it was a really good book and a really good launch to Justice League, I think we're both kind of split on whether it's a really good launch to the DCNU, which people are calling it.
Yeah.
Because we're trendy like that.
Yeah.
So...
DC little NU.
Yes. DC little NU, but that's tough to say.
Not a bad book.
No.
I don't dislike it.
Correct.
Not what we expected.
Also correct.
I think that sums up both.
Yep. Moving on.
That's it.
I was really looking forward to Secret Avengers number 16. I liked the cover. I'm going to give it a break in that this book takes place after Fear itself, so it's a tough thing to get into. The art disappoints me.
Why even write a book that takes place after an event that hasn't closed? That just seems... It seems like a bad idea.
It's a bad idea, Marvel, for publishing it in that order.
You really shouldn't have even... No. It was a mistake.
I get annoyed when that happens.
The book is a bit of a mistake.
Story-wise, I enjoyed the story, kind of. Art-wise, I did not. And action-wise, it left me wanting because the art was odd. So, moving on. Ultimate Comics, Hawkeye #1. I liked it a lot. I liked the art. You were iffy on it.
I'm not 100% sold on the art. It's not bad. Just not exactly to my taste.
Okay. Jonathan Hickman wrote it. I like it. It's very, like, modern-day espionage-y. Really good.
Good story.
Oddly enough...
Such a great plot theory.
Yes! But oddly enough, did not get our vote for Rockin Comic of the Week. Rockin Comic of the Week goes to a book I picked up on a whim. I'd heard...
Cool whip.
Cool whip. Because I had heard good things about this book from Image Comics, and the new issue was out. It's Skull Kickers #10. Just neat.
Really good stuff.
Just a neat book.
Nice little fantasy book.
Cool art. I like the art. I love the way it's written. It's got just enough tongue-in-cheek in it to not make it ridiculous, but to make it enjoyable. The little sound effect liners are awesome. Just...
It was a shoulder check.
Yes.
Ramming speed. Mob mash.
This
is great.
Just well written, well put together. It's nice to see a good fantasy book that... Because it's tough. I think it's tough, being a fan of fantasy, it's tough for fantasy books to get their wheels underneath them because there are so many tropes that are in there that are kind of already cliches. So it does a good job, I think, of adding those.
And saying, look, it's a cliche! Ha ha!
Without being...
ridiculous.
Ridiculous and trying to be overtly funny.
Yes.
Which usually does not work.
It's just clever.
It's clever and well written and good, and I like it. So that is Rockin Comic of the Week.
Rockin Comic of the Week.
Thank you very much.
We talk a lot about all of the books in the podcast.
Which we told you where it's at.
Yes. So go.
So,
not yet. We're not done.
No, don't. Yeah, wait. Pause. And now we're back. See what I did there?
Yeah, so
the non-digital pause.
Time out.
Back? Okay, thank you. You gotta tell me time in! Look at this ridiculous look on my face.
Sorry.
So,
I apparently don't possess the Zach Morris powers, but
that's okay.
That's okay. That's what I aspire to.
As we all should aspire to something, like Amy's awesome.
We should all aspire to be Zach Morris. Hello.
Okay.
Anyway, Amy's awesome for the week is a Super Nintendo game called Super Mario RPG. This is obviously an old game. It was for the Super Nintendo. I'm going to say it was probably, it was at least a decade ago. I don't want to calculate up years, so we'll just say it's an old game. Really good stuff. Little bit different storyline, though they've taken a few different stories with Super Mario recently. It's not just Mario versus Bowser, save the princess. Your princess is in another castle. It's not that all over again. There's a deeper, more complex story here. There's the sword. I think the sword is Smithy, or maybe the sword's not Smithy. The big thing is Smithy. I can't remember now. It's been a long time since I played it. Shatters the Star Road, and there's 7 stars. So there's kind of 7 different story threads that you chase down. So obviously it's complex, and it takes you quite a while to play through it. You go through all these different worlds, which is, you go to a different world, and there's all the people, like, you go to, Mushroom Kingdom. They're all the little toady people, right?
Nice.
Well, you go to other kingdoms, and it's the exact same thing, where it's, little cloud people. And that's,
Right.
So you go to all these different places, and you have different beings. You get to go to Yoshi Island.
Nice.
Where it's all Yoshis. That's actually one of my favorite places to go, is Yoshi Island, where it's all Yoshis. So you get these really cool, world-building things, too, where you get to check out new locations and new character designs. What's the highlight of most Mario stuff is the designs on all the bad guys. Right, yeah. So it's kind of like that, where you've taken all these different bad guy designs, and they have their own worlds that they live in, and you get to see those worlds.
That's awesome.
It's a nice... I feel like it's a complex game, but it's not, overly complex. I mean, I say complex cautiously, because I think too many people would hear complex and be like, boring. No. It's not. No. It's not complex like that. It's just, it keeps you interested.
It's engaging.
Engaging. Like the word. Engaging. If you do not have it, Sucks to be you.
It does. Unless you download it for the Wii. You said
you can download it for the Wii, I was going to say.
Because if you're going to buy it.
Yeah, you can port it to the Wii. They never came out with it for the DS or for the Game Boy Advance like they did a lot of other stuff. And I don't know why. I feel like they could have... I would go buy it. I mean, if they said, here it is, I would go out tomorrow and I would buy it. Even though I have it for my Super Nintendo, I would, because then I could carry it around in my pocket and I could break it out and play it whenever I wanted to.
Exactly. You can play it when I'm rambling on about stupid crap.
And I'd be like,
Yeah, Hawkeye, #1, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, he shoots arrows, big whoop.
Rockin'
Oh, I got it! Oh, what? I'm up. When's Amy's Awesome?
Rockin' Comic of the Week, that's exactly, yeah. Yes. Anyway, so that's Amy's Awesome for the week, is an old video game. It was kind of a cult classic, so I'm sure there are people out there that are like, yeah, I loved that game, and there's probably people out there that maybe you didn't play it. You maybe saw a little bit of it in your Nintendo Power.
Nice. What a flashback reference. Nice.
Yeah, wow.
Good one.
I said it was a while ago.
Good one, though.
They still make Nintendo Power. It's been a long time since I subscribed, though.
Nice.
But, yeah.
So there you
Good
go.
Stuff.
Amy's Awesome.
I'm a big fan of the Super Mario RPG. By the way, Paper Mario, not really a sequel. Not a bad game series, but not really a sequel.
Not really a sequel. But that's okay. Now this... It's not... Normally I do an archive, but yours was kind of an archive, and this is more like an Amy's Awesome because I went out and bought one of my first manga titles ever. Just because. Because I can get it cheap, because unfortunately the bookstore is going out of business.
Going out of business.
Sorry, Borders, but I took advantage of your bad luck.
Wah, wah.
But one of the reasons I got it was because they still had a #1, and I didn't want to jump in at #7. So I got the first 3 volumes of Kuro Zakuro. I think that's how you say it.
That's how you say it.
Alright. I really liked it. Weird demon kid, wimpy kid, swallows a demon ball and gets stuff. Not
what you think.
Or what she thinks.
It sounds that way, but it's not.
There's a love interest, kind of, sort of, an infatuation at this point. And, like I said, a creepy demon kid and a creepy tree.
Creepy demon tree.
I know you think trees... Seriously, it's creepy. But man, I was so pleasantly surprised at how good it was, because I bought it because it was inexpensive, and I thought, well, if I don't like it, oh well, $4 instead of 10, I can deal with that, and probably pawn it off on some, kid later. Really liked it, really enjoyed it. I read the first of the 3 volumes already, just kind of blew through it already, and man...
They're kind of fast reads, aren't they?
They are fast reads.
They're big books, but they're fast reads.
They're fast reads, which is good and bad, but,
especially when you pay $10.
Yeah. But good story. The art was interesting. Typical manga art, I think. But not wackadoo art,
Right, it's not over the top.
No, but really good. And like I said, some creepy elements in it that I enjoy the creepiness of it. I know you kind of shy away from the horror creepy stuff.
I don't do horror that much.
But that's okay. But once again, showing just the depth and breadth that manga can give you. Good stuff. Kuro Zakuro. You can still get it. They're still putting it out. It's only up to volume 5, so you're not too far behind. So I'll probably look into it. I'll read the other 2, see what I think. And if I see it cheap, maybe I'll get 4 and 5.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's what we got for you.
Fantastic.
Make sure you stop by the website, rockincomics.com. So much more in the podcast this week.
Yes. It was almost an hour long, so obviously we talked a lot more mostly about these 2 books.
Yeah, we go on about...
We talk about all of them, but mostly a lot about Flashpoint, a lot about Justice League, a lot about more kind of what we're thinking about DCU again.
Yep.
It again.
So, but you know what? For right now, they're kind of dominating the conversation. But as Skull Kicker shows, they aren't the only one putting out good books.
No.
Tons of good books out there. Just because it doesn't have Marvel or DC on it doesn't mean it's not awesome.
That's
Image,
right.
even though big name, still putting out quality work,
Really
a lot
stuff.
of quality stuff. And I think we're going to try to root out some of those smaller titles and look for them, because there's a lot of gems out there that you need to find out. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
So there you go. RockinComics.com. Like us on the Facebook.
Yes.
Still no Twitter. I'm
We'll
just
get
going
it.
to point it out until we get a Twitter.
Go to Twitter and look for it eventually. She's in charge of that,
Anyway.
as
Oops.
of right now.
Crap. I gotta go.
Alright then. That's it. We're done. I'm Zach.
Bye, Mimi.